Oh, thank you.
Uh,
I was already out and about and um today, so I wanted to,
well, you look great.
Thank you,
And
sweetie.
Angie is not joining us today. It's just going to be me. So I hope I do okay by myself.
Oh, you got this. It's not like you haven't done it.
No, I've done it before, but I still get nervous.
No,
So, anyways, do you want to get started?
of course.
So, can you introduce yourself? Just say who you are and how we met.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Ymonette Cabrera, and I've known Haley since we went to college together at SOU, and we are actually neighbors. A few miles down, but we're neighbors.
And it's interesting. We lost touch for probably like a good 10 years after
Mm-hmm.
college. I don't know why, but then
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to Ymonette probably about 4 years ago, and we've been in touch ever since. And yeah, I'm so glad to have her as a friend, so close by. It's nice, even though we don't really see
Yeah.
each other that much.
And
But
I feel the same way, sweetie.
yay! Okay, so I'm going to get into some of the questions. They're on my phone. All right, so number one, Emonette. Did you ever see
Mhm.
yourself being a life coach?
Um, I didn't even know it existed. This job existed not until one of my Airbnb guests as she was a life coach, and I was gonna go through like schooling and become a psychologist. And when she mentioned that like a life coach is kind of similar to that, you work with people, you help them mentally as well as their struggles and help them guide them to their goal. That's pretty much what a psychologist is, except that I can't prescribe prescription,
Right,
right?
right.
So, and to tell you the truth, if I weren't disabled, and I don't think I would have gone in the life coach. I probably would have gone other areas for jobs.
Uh-huh. What do
Hmm.
you know what that would have been? Like, did,
Oh, the job that I want?
yeah, before your accident.
Oh, that was easy to join the Air Force, of course.
Wow.
Yep. I know. I like aviation, so
Okay. Very cool. Um, Before your accident, what did you enjoy doing? What were your
mhm.
hobbies? And did you play any sports?
Yes. I played in basketball. I was one of the guards. I played wrestling. My weight was 105, the lowest one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in outdoor clubs that does like 10K hike with backpacks, the one that heavy backpacks.
Uh-huh.
I did some water sports. I like getting lost in the woods. I was always into wilderness and nature
I,
and swimming.
okay.
Hmm.
Interesting. I know you love the outdoors, so that doesn't surprise me that you liked hiking and all that kind of stuff. So can you tell us, if you're comfortable,
Hmm.
how you ended up in a wheelchair?
Mm, that. Well, I we were driving home, and my partner at the time and I were breaking up. It was not a good idea to do that, and he wasn't paying attention, and we fell into a ditch. and his friend was with us actually, and he was sitting behind me, and I didn't know that he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. So when we fell in a ditch, his body, crash landed on the back of my seat, which with that force, um, pushed my back seat forward and twisted me.
Hmm.
And that's when I broke my spinal cord, I believe. So,
Was anyone else injured as badly as you were?
the guy behind me had broken ribs. The
Mm-hmm.
driver was just fine, or like my ex-partner at the time. And yeah, it was mainly just me that got really badly hurt.
And you were 17?
I was a few months shy away of being 18. I turned 18 in the hospital, actually.
And what was it that gave you the courage and the strength to keep moving forward after your accident, like to graduate and to live, to live,
What else am I supposed to do?
right?
But as to live in my own terms,
Mm-hmm.
having the support of my family and friends did really help that.
Yes.
It's really important to have that strong support system. But I also didn't want to be that girl who got in a car accident and it's like, oh, what a waste.
Mm-hmm.
Like what a waste of beauty, what a waste of life because this happened to me. And I
Right.
didn't want to be that. And I didn't want to waste my life. And even though like my legs doesn't work, I knew that there were other people's in the wheelchair that were able to, succeed in in life and live fulfillment life. And I rather want to go in that route compared to the other route,
I
which is
don't
just
blame you.
yeah, which is just existing or being in the victim mentality, and it's just negative. The other
Mhm.
side is just so negative, and I don't want to be in that
in,
part.
in that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you have that negative mindset, I think it affects the whole rest of the body.
It does.
It really does.
Hmm.
So, what were your symptoms after your accident?
Mm, that was a struggle. Besides healing, it was awkward and weird to be in my body that unable to. I actually fell off the bed. Like, yeah, for a moment there, sitting on bed, and then just, I think I was still half asleep. I fell off because I was about to
You were
stand
trying
up,
to
but
get up?
realizing my leg didn't work.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, I forgot for a moment that I was like paralyzed. And
Paralyzed.
then when I tried to try to get off the bed, I was like, oh, right.
Whoa.
Another one is that I had a hard time sleeping. I mean, it was I had nightmares. And it wasn't about the car or anything like that, but I did have like flashback
PTSD.
just a little bit, but I was able to go over that one. But it was more like I wouldn't say monster, but they were figures, like shadow figures with red eyes, like by my feet. So I would sleep kind of like under the covers so I didn't have to like see them.
That's so strange.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I wonder what that symbolized.
I have no idea, but I'm just grateful they disappeared. But
Right.
that's how it was before. Like I was like, what the heck? And it wasn't just like a one-time dream.
Mhm.
it was like multiple. It wasn't every night. I was grateful for that. It wasn't every night, but it was a recurring dream, and I didn't. I'm still trying to figure out. Maybe it could be my insecurity, my fear, people's judgment. Who knows?
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I
it was
think it's a symbol of something.
a symbol of something, yeah,
Yes.
that I wanted to hide myself in the world.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm,
Did you have
it was,
any pain like
oh
back?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I was on Vicodin. Supposedly, I'm supposed to be on Vicodin for the rest of my life, but I found ways to, get off of that. And I know, and with Vicodin, there are like side effects, right?
Oh yeah,
Constipation, and then
constipation.
once the Vicodin wear off, then there's more pain. Technically, it didn't really even mask the pain. The pain was there, but it just made you feel like you didn't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know that feeling. Pain medication. It doesn't really work for me either.
It just makes you not sober to feel the
Yeah.
pain. That's what pain meds does to me. And I know I didn't want to be dependent on that.
Did you have any triggers after
Yes.
your accident?
Yes. Mainly um things that I really wanted to do, like seeing people play the sports that I used to play.
Sure.
It was hard to watch that. Um Also, like people going on to like parties, but I don't get invited. I don't know if that's a trigger, but it was something. My lifestyle was different. It's
Completely
like
changed.
180 completely.
Yeah.
There was no adjustment.
Yeah, that must be, I don't know what that's like,
Mm, it
because
was.
this is
It
the
makes
only
you
life
feel
I
like
know.
they weren't really quite the friend who I thought they were. Yeah, but I did have friends who stuck around and treated me the way before it was the accident, and that felt like home.
That was good.
Yeah.
Did you have any fears in the car after your accident to drive again?
Oddly enough, no. One of the thing in the hospital they teach me before they discharged me was to be able to transfer in the car, because that's how I get home, right? To be in the
Right.
car. So it didn't give me um fear, but I did have anxiety the first time when my parents drove me back to at home. Just to be that moving, you know.
Right.
But I got over it quickly.
And then you learned how to drive
Yes,
in
and
a
then freedom means a whole lot, much more broader once you're able to drive.
right. Um, how did you manage to handle your mental health, your mental struggles after your accident?
Cried a lot. um, Talked to myself a lot. At first, I was talking to myself like a drill sergeant, like butter up, like
Yeah,
butter up, like something. It wasn't. It wasn't nice, but I needed the push at the time.
right.
But now that I'm learning, and older and wiser, we really don't need that kind of push. I already have it. I already have it in me to be able to do that, but I should talk nicer to myself when I do push myself.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to just go out in nature, being outside, getting the sunshine, getting socialization, um, eating well, sleeping well. It really does help with your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Avoid alcohol. Um, just just, oh, and doing more things that I enjoy. Um, like painting. I knew I was a good artist, but like, when you're a teenager and your best friend has a car, like who really wants to be in indoors? And
Right.
when you could be outdoors and experiencing the world. But when that part was limited for me, I went back to my basics. What do I like? Painting. Um, I even became a book lover, right? I started like reading books and just like, ooh, like, and that also helped me with my mentality. Watching sci-fi, possibilities and stuff like that.
Yeah. It kind of takes you out of reality for a little while. It's an
Yes,
escape, a
yes,
book, a
yes.
movie.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But that's just it. It's an escape.
Yeah.
Eventually, you come back, and
Right.
you still have to deal with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the hard part.
Yes.
It's coming back to reality of life.
Hmm.
Yeah. But it sounds like you found ways to, you know, get past a lot of it.
I learned coping mechanism.
Yes.
To the
Uh,
next question, I will add, however, um, that um, to pass through that, you actually have to feel through the pain.
right.
Right? To lose part of yourself, it's similar to grieving, like to a grieving person. So I went through all of that. So that's the only way to get out is to go
Were,
through it.
were your parents your caregivers when you
Um,
got out of the hospital?
for the most part, yes. Hold on. And my sister was living with us as well, so she helped us too, but not really. When I got out of the hospital, I had to wear that turtle brace around my my torso,
I see.
and I couldn't just get up whenever I want to like I do now. So somebody would have to help me put that brace on for me to actually sit up like this.
Oh,
So yeah, so I really was immobile the first few months.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you ready to move on to the next
Oh
question?
yes.
Okay. You have talked about prioritizing more time for yourself the last year or so, and you really have. I've noticed with your health and fitness goals.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps you moving forward today, and what or who is your motivation besides doing it for yourself? I think I know what you're going to say here.
My daughter,
Yep,
obviously.
yep.
Yeah. I've I've had my share of illness and emergency surgery. Otherwise, death is on the other side, like multiple, like 3 times, right? So it's not uncommon for us to have infection, but the problem is with infection is that we don't really know until we're almost septic. And my kid is still underage. She's 11 now, but when I got sick 2 years ago, she was what, 9. And that really made me thought, like, goodness, like I don't want my child to be motherless. Like, I don't know if another person can love her the way I do. I'm hoping. I'm sure there are like stepmothers who are amazing, right? Or I don't know. I do know she'll be fine with her grandmother, and her
Mhm.
dad loves her, but as of no one can replace your mother.
No,
No.
that's
And
for sure.
and if you're a good mom and love your mother, you want your daughter to be able to be well functioned adult, right? Right? We don't want to like give them everything or to the point that they don't even want to try themselves.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I love her, but I'm not her best friend. I'm her mother. And
Mm-hmm.
my goal for her to be able to survive out there without me. And that's what I'm doing now. And I need more time with her to be able to do that.
Yeah, I understand that
Mm-hmm.
completely. And you are, and I've seen you with her. You're a good mother, and you do everything for her. I see it, and I know that. And um yeah, I mean everyone on this channel knows that, we don't have kids. We never wanted kids, but
What are you talking about? You got Adam.
we got Adam. But I mean, it takes a special person to be a parent, and you know, you do it. So I'm impressed. I really am.
Thank you, sweetie.
I could
I
tell you're a good mother.
I want to be. I really do want to be. So, and sometimes it's trial and error. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I bet. So before we end this, I just want to know from you, you know, how my channel or our followers can help you with your new business, your life
Mm,
coaching.
okay.
Can you talk about your life coaching business?
Of course. So this week coming up, I actually have a free session that I'm gifting to people about just wanting a little help if they're struggling in certain part of their life. I I help with people with self-esteem, financial issue, relationship issue, and as well as just they want a habit or getting rid of a habit. I can help with that. And I just want to give people this because some of them they don't really know what a life coach is. They've never had it, right?
Right.
I've had it really, and but when I was going through this program and becoming one, I was coach as well. It came with the program, and it's it's just basically it helps you reflect on what you need in life to be more happier, fulfilled, successful, or to have that peace of mind that you're everything that you can doing everything that you can do to help yourself.
Right.
And sometimes we need help with that to make us see it.
Totally.
Yeah.
So you're offering some free sessions next week.
Yeah, just for this from February 12th to February 16th.
And how many slots do you have opened? How many are
Um,
you doing?
I have a session with already a paying client on Thursday, but again, I only do it at certain hours because when my daughter comes, then that's my time with her.
Right.
So it would be from 9 till I would say let's say 3.
Okay. And where can they sign up for this?
Oh, okay. You can go to my website, which is bodymindharmony.work. There's no space, just bodymindharmony.work.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is. That's what that is. Working on yourselves.
Yes. Where else can people contact you?
Oh, you can contact. I do have LinkedIn, and I also have a public Facebook
Okay.
for my business.
And Ymonette Cabrera.
Yes. I
Okay.
have two, but click on the one that's public because the other one is private. It's mainly for my family and friends. So when I do share, my life, it's usually I go there. I don't tend to share my photos of my kid and my business because, I
Right.
want that to be separate.
Okay. So before I end, this channel originally originated for inner able couples to find love if
Mhm.
if that's what they want. And since our topic today doesn't really revolve around that, can you tell me what does love mean to you?
Love means to you. Well, I want to say love is unconditional, but I feel like that only goes to like parents and child because love, there is conditional. You know, you can't abuse a person that you love and then be expected to be loved back, or hurt somebody you love and be expected that person to be the same.
Right.
So, love to me is, yes, there is some sacrifice. Yes, there is meeting in between, but with, you know, and as well as should be beneficial for both, right? Both of
Right.
you get to be growing um, your personal development, your mental health, your even financially. Like when you are with somebody, you find a common ground goal that you're supposed to work together on that, whether starting a family, helping the other person career so both of your life and do better. Like you become one.
Yeah,
You know, you're married, right? And
exactly.
and it's not just somebody, the one's give and give, the other one's take and take. It's a little bit of both, and
Yes.
it's a balance. Even though if the person is not feeling that like the 100%, that you know, a person could be feeling like 80, well the other one's doing 20%, because depending where they are in the time, then you're the one that gives a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other one, you know, can only try to give as much they can, whether they're having a mental issue at that time. But you also have to understand that it's if you're having like a mental issue, um, you also have to push yourself a little to also give your partner some, I don't know, attention,
Mm-hmm.
because when you are living together, that energy actually goes to your partner too.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
I
Again,
like
you know,
that. Okay.
but
Well,
most of all, love yourself. If you
yes,
learn to know how to love yourself and how to be treated, then you will attract the person that's going to treat you the way you want to be treated, because
that,
you already know and you don't take, you know, the BS no more. I'm like, no.
that's true.
Yeah.
I know that.
Mm-hmm. By knowing your worth, you could find love, healthy love.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
So.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad that we did this interview and I love you.
I love you too, and be safe out there. It's gloomy. It's not raining, so it's okay.
Peace and love.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.